Breaking news out of Minnesota, where Fox News can now confirm the gunman accused of shooting two state lawmakers and their spouses has been arrested. 57-year-old Vance Boelter is accused of assassinating Democratic Minnesota State Representative Melissa Horton and her husband, and severely injuring State Senator John Hoffman and his wife. Hoffman and his wife underwent surgery, and the lawmakers' homes were less than 10 miles apart. Investigators say early yesterday morning, Boelter, dressed like a police officer, came out of Hortman's home and fired at police before escaping. We're also learning police found a list of 70 names, including other lawmakers and abortion providers in Boelter's car. That car also allegedly looked like a police car. Minnesota's Governor Tim Walz is calling the shooting a, quote, act of targeted violence. And President Trump is promising persecution to the fullest extent of the law. The FBI was offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to Boelter's arrest. Joining us now on the phone is former
That's where I'm going to go ahead and pause it. They said this guy is rolling around all day in what looks like a police car, a police uniform, and shooting Democratic politicians. What in the world is going on out here? Apparently, this guy also has some ties to Tim Walz. That's not to blame Tim or say that he has anything to do with it, right? But people are saying that this is a Democrat, a former employee of Tim Walz specifically, that went off the rails. I don't think it matters that much what his affiliations were, besides one point. If there's anything to talk about, it's how he got radicalized. He's an angry Democrat for whatever reason, to the point where he felt the need to murder two of these people, two Democrats, and then attempted to murder another two. And if he had the opportunity, he would have gotten even more. They said he had a list of 70 names. This isn't Santa Claus coming with some gifts. He's trying to send these folks to heaven. But he's been caught, and that's all well and good. They brought him in alive. So maybe they'll be able to get a motive out of him, ask him a couple questions. But I have a question myself. How is it that this guy that shot who we consider the elite of society, politicians, how was he caught in days? Just like Luigi Mangione, who shot the United Healthcare CEO. He shot him in New York. He was arrested in Pennsylvania within days. How can we dedicate the resources to find these guys? But Antoine Massey, the prison escapee from New Orleans, this dude is still roaming free. He's posting on social media. He celebrated his birthday earlier this week. I believe that was the 15th or the 16th. No news updates saying that he's been caught. The superintendent of the New Orleans Police Department even offered to sponsor his defense counsel if he surrendered. And that just lets you know that he's winning the game of hide and seek to the detriment of the civilian population over in New Orleans. But this is what people mean when they say there's levels of privilege and protection in society. The guy that poses a threat to politicians, we can catch him in days. But the guy that poses the threat to the regular civilians in the public, it's neither here nor there. We'll get him. Now, when I found out that Luther was caught, I was questioning if there was any chance that he was getting the death penalty. If he's charged federally, it looks like that may be on the table. But if he's only facing state charges, then taxpayers are just going to have to fund his prison stay for the next couple of decades. But he's in his 50s, so it won't be that long. But we got to have a serious conversation at some point about the death penalty. It's not going to happen today. But all I'm saying is, if he doesn't get the death penalty, where's the justice? Are we just saying that people can go around and murder folks in broad daylight, and we'll just, fund you a little vacation? You get to sit in the cell, and the people that you love, those people get to see you. I don't know. Don't sound that fair to me. Doesn't sound like justice. This dude wrapped his entire family in his mess as well, because his wife was arrested after he hinted to her that he went to war. But I would assume that war has two sides. This was just an execution For what reason, we don't know. We got to let it play out in the courts, find out what his motive is and everything. But I do think we're going to see more of this. We're going to see more of these types of incidents, these types of shootings, because people are broke. People are wildly emotional. And that means that they're looking for somebody to unleash their problems on. Now, most of us are not going to encounter these lunatics, but just in case, be safe. Keep your Crime Stopper on you at all times, because you never know.